All right, we're back. Perfect timing. They're just about to start. Andreeva to serve. Andreeva to serve. Let's see how she deals with this crowd. Because it was the part of the crowd, the reason why she lost the French was because the crowd was so crazy. All right, Andreeva serves. And they're back in Townsend, return. As Andreeva hits long, and Townsend wins the first point. What's for lunch? It literally rocked up 30 seconds ago, so nothing. I'll eat it after. The driver took the scenic route. He went round and round and round. Round the world. All right. 15-all. We get a fault, second serve. That's a backhand return. Goes in forehand of Andreeva, forehand from Townsend. Goes wide, and it's 30-15. Now, the best thing that Andreeva can do is just hold serve, and when Townsend wins a point and the crowd go wild, or more importantly, when she loses a point and the crowd go wild, she needs to just not get frustrated. Easier said than done. 30-15 as we get to 40-15. But that's what ruined her at the French Open. She let the crowd get involved. She let it affect her, and then she lost. So she can't let that happen if she's going to win this match. As that goes in the net from Townsend, and Andreeva won love. All right. All right. Well, I thank you, Kim, for becoming a member. Appreciate that. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, Fritz is one set up, but he is down. So he's up. Up a set and 6-5, but it's on serve. Oh, 1-0. 1-0. All right. Townsend, who is going to get a standing ovation every point she wins. As with a fault, double fault from Townsend. Okay. And it's love 15. This should be a great match. I hope so. I mean, Townsend has played Andreeva before in doubles, I'm guessing. I'm not sure how many times they would have played in singles, if they have at all. But let me check. But I'm sure they've played in doubles because they have both played a lot of doubles. So they did play in the doubles at the Australian Open in the semi-finals, and Townsend won in 3. Love 30, by the way. They also played they played at Madrid last year, and it was a 3-set win, 7-5 in the third to Andreeva. And that was in the first round of Madrid. So there you go. A couple of times they played. Love 30. Lots happened since Madrid, though, last year. Andreeva's gotten a lot better. She won Indian Wells, of course. But it's more about, has she learned from that French Open loss, where she lost her cool and let the crowd get into her mind? That's what we'll find out tonight. Now, Townsend still could beat her, but if Townsend does beat her, but Andreeva doesn't lose her cool, it's a silver lining, right? All right, 15-40. Break points are ready for Andreeva. Second set tiebreak for Fritz and Kim. All right, we'll keep an eye on them as well. As Townsend comes in with the volley and puts it away. 30-40, one saved. 30-40. Serve again from Townsend is a fault. Second serve. As a return from Andreeva to the backhand of Townsend. Forehand from Andreeva. Into the Townsend backhand. Andreeva with the backhand down the middle. Townsend's there, but hits it wide, and Andreeva breaks. 2-love. Great start for Andreeva. The first set, first break goes to Andreeva. And that's going to help her nerves, but also just keep the crowd a little quiet to start this match. All right, back to Andreeva. 2-0. As the return goes in to the backhand of Andreeva, forehand from Townsend is long, and it's 15-love. If every point ends at the net, Townsend might have an advantage. Yeah, she hasn't come to the net too much yet to start this match, but she did hit one good volley winner. As Andreeva hits a second serve ace. No, she missed it. It was a double fault. Crowd didn't react. I thought the crowd would have cheered that. I mean, the crowd's being a little too nice at the moment. 15-0. Thought they'd be cheering that double fault. Maybe not yet. Maybe later maybe at the end of the set. Give them time. As we're backhand now to the backhand of Andreeva. Backhand from Townsend. Andreeva backhand again. Into the backhand of Townsend. Andreeva again with the backhand from Townsend. As Andreeva slides. Townsend gets it off the tape. And Andreeva overhits it. Uh-oh. 15-30. Here come the crowd. 15-30. Townsend's not particularly speedy. Yeah, but if Andreeva still has to make a move, though. I mean, even though if she knows that, like she still has to execute, doesn't she? All right, double fault. Now they're cheering. 15-40. Break back point for Townsend. This crowd know what's up. They're like, oh, here we go. Now we can scream. Let's go. 15-40. Serving to the backhand of Townsend. Return goes backhand of Andreeva. Townsend. Backhand goes out. 30-40. 30-40. As we return now from Townsend, it's short. In comes Andreeva. Passing shot's too good. Townsend breaks. Oh no, the crowd's going to start going crazy. 2-1. 2-1. You know why the crowd's so quiet? Because at the end of that last match, they went out, they lined up to get more drinks, and right now they're holding the drink, so they can't clap. So they just got to drink one, and then while they start sipping on the other, they can start getting loud because then they can start making noise again. But because they got their hands full because they've just gone to the bar, that's why. That's why. So just give them maybe like maybe 10, 15 more minutes. They can down the drink and then we're going to start getting some madness. Also, they're going to have something to cheer about because Townsend's back. 2-1. Probably more the second thing that I said than the first, but who knows? Some people are probably like, I wish I could clap, but I'm holding 2 drinks. I can't. I'm holding $50 worth of alcohol in my hands. All right, Townsend breaks. And she is on the board. 2-1. Mirra will still smash the ball to the crowd later. Oh, yeah, she won't let this crowd... I mean, at this stage, I don't think she'll turn around to the crowd and be like, I don't like you. Not yet. She hasn't had a reason to. Okay. Here we go. Townsend on the board. 2-1. 2-1. Okay. As Townsend serves, return goes into the forehand of Townsend. As we had a backhand from Townsend in the forehand of Andreeva, and the Townsend with a backhand cross-court winner behind Townsend. Smart. 15 love. Have you had lunch, Cam? My husband said, I'm going to get some Asian food so you can watch tennis. How nice of him. Oh, that's lovely. Can he get me some as well? Because I'm starving. I try to strategically time my food delivery because I was like, I don't have anything to eat, so I got to eat something. And then halfway through the fourth set, I ordered some food, but then it was supposed to get here before this match started, like during the middle, like the changeover that we had. And it kept getting delayed. He kept taking the long way round. And I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? He got here 10 minutes late, which was right before this match started. So I didn't get a chance. I had one mouthful and I was like, I gotta stream. So that was unfortunate. Anyways, 40 love. But that's okay. That means after this stream I'll have something to eat. So that's good. I'm excited. I'll be able to eat it after this. Something to look forward to. It's all right. Maybe there's bad traffic on Saturday. It's fine. Saturday, midday on Saturday. Maybe it's busy. Great smash from Townsend. She's on the board again. 2-2. Townsend holds. 2-0. All right, 2-0. Townsend on the board and levels it up. 2-2. All right. Now, yeah, let's see how Mirra deals with this now, because everything was well and good when everyone was quiet and she was winning. But now it's 2-0. Crowd's gotten loud. Let's see if Andreeva can keep her cool. So far, she's been okay. So far, so good. Appreciate you streaming this, Cam. It's not easy streaming when you're hungry. That's all right. I had a mouthful and that'll do me for now. 15 love. As we do 4 now, goes long from Townsend, 30 love. Yeah, we'll be fine. We've been live for a good 9 hours today too, so it's been a good effort. It's been a good long day, but it was going to be a big day. Tomorrow's a big day too. Stop. Yes, I am watching Townsend right now. 30 love. As Townsend hits it out, it's 40 love on Andreeva. Also, Fritz trying to go up 2 sets of love. He's at 7-all in the tiebreak. 40 love. As the return goes into the front of Andreeva. As Townsend slices it in the net. It's 3-2. Andreeva gets back the lead. 3-2. Now. What's up, chat? What's going on? We're almost at 100 likes. Do you stock your fridge during these Grand Slams in the US, Cam? I try. I've got snacks. Like, I've got apples and I've got eggs and stuff, but some days I just don't have... Like, we just go for... Like, we go a long time, so I can't... I mean, an apple's not going to do it. I need a little bit more, so... But yeah, I do my best to try and stock up before a tournament. We don't mind if you eat and comment at the same time. I mind. I don't like doing that. I don't know. I watch a lot of Twitch streamers, and when they eat on stream, I just kind of be like, ugh. So I just don't. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Also, me eating and talking. I mean, nah. It's all right. I'll eat after this. It's all good. Everything's fine. Don't even worry. No bananas? No, I ran out of bananas. Unfortunately. But Andreeva should be careful. Oh yeah, Andreeva definitely should be careful. Even if she wins the first set. I mean, we know how quickly things change. Okay. As with a 4-4 rally, a backhand goes out by Townsend, and it's love 15. Love 15. Pizza? I would love a pizza, but I end up getting like a rice bowl with beef and this red radish, I think it is, and beans, and yeah. As Townsend puts away the nice little drop shot winner, 15-0. I kind of love that Townsend's like sleeves have like flames. It's so 2000s. You're giving me Guy Fieri vibes, with like the fire, the shirts with like the flames on them and stuff. Like those fire, just on the sleeves here, just here and here. Just the fire sleeves. I love that. 15-0. As that goes out by Andreeva, 30-15. $30-15. As with a fault from... return out by Andreeva, 40-15. What about avocado on toast? The favorite thing in New York? I think it's a thing in Australia. Oh, yeah, it is here, but I don't have any avocado at the moment. Maybe that's what I should get. I should get some avocado, so that's actually not a bad idea. Maybe that's what I should get. I need to hard boil some eggs as well, so that way I can make, just eat those. Anyways, 3-0. Townsend holds. So avocado and hard boiled eggs. That's what I need to do. That's what I need to... maybe that's what I need to have. All right. As it goes out from Townsend, 15-love. Fritz lost the second set tiebreak. Damn. Now he's in a fight. Now he has a fight to play that match. That's crazy. All right. Nice serving on Andreeva. 30 love. I tell you, Andreeva so far, impressive. 30 love. Avocado on test is amazing. That stuff is delicious. And then a hard-boiled egg as well. I mean, that could just be the best thing ever. All right. 30 love. As the return goes in, the forehand of Andreeva. Forehand from Townsend again. The forehand of Andreeva as Townsend wins the point. Andreeva in the net. 30-15 and the crowd go wild. 30-15. Fritz score, 1 set all. Both tie breaks. As a return. Goes into the forehand of Andreeva. Townsend gets it back, puts up a lob. Oh, and Andreeva with a smash in the net. 30 all, and the crowd go nuts. 30 all. Andreeva misses what should have been a routine smash, and she would have won the point had she hit it over because Townsend was going the wrong way. Now Andreeva's in trouble. Second serve. Bad miss. As we return now into the forehand of Andreeva, Townsend comes in with a slice, but it's in the net. 40-30. A little bit of a let-off for Andreeva there. 40-30. She was off balance before the smash. Yeah, she didn't get back. She was like one step behind. But she might just get away with it. All right, 40-30. Backhand goes into the backhand of Townsend, and Townsend with a drop shot in the net. 3-2. 3-2 Andreeva. 4-3 Andreeva. I'm just behind. I can't count. That's on me. 4-3. 4-3. 4-3. 4-3. It's 4-2-3. Okay, 4-3. All right. How are we doing, chap? How are we? Why am I still awake? Because you're a savage. All right, 4-3. Now tomorrow, we have a day of things. Gauff, Sinner, Swiatek, Osaka. Maybe Paul and Bublik. Maybe. That is on the list of things. I don't know how you do it, Cam. Me neither. But we're here. Court 2 is nuts right now. Crowd is cheering for both. Who? Fritz and Kim? All right. Dash is not playing tomorrow. She's playing Osaka on... Wait, is she playing tomorrow? No. Wait, she is. Oh, yeah, she is playing tomorrow. Osaka is playing... I said Osaka. Didn't I say Osaka? I'm pretty sure I said Osaka. Which means Dasha. Exactly. Osaka, Dasha. I mean, if we're watching Osaka, we're going to watch Dasha. It's just because they're playing each other. We can't just watch one without the other. They're playing each other. Ah, 4-3. Townsend backhand. As Andreeva in the net. 15 love. All right, 15 love. Love. As that goes out by Andreeva, 30. 30 love. All right, 30 love. Prediction for this, I said I think I said Andreeva, didn't I? I can't remember. Anyways. Oh, Andreeva hit it in. Townsend let it go and it dropped into the court. And it's 30-15. Bad miss by Townsend. Bad read. It was a great defensive lob. All right, 30-15. As Townsend serves again. As we just slice from Andreeva in the net, 40-15. All right, 40-15. As Townsend double faults, 40-30. As Townsend serves the fault, second serve. As we're back in return, the volley of Townsend. Andreeva with a pass. But Townsend puts away the volley. It's 4-all. 4-all. All right, 4-all. As we just serve out wide to the backhand of Townsend, but it's called a fault. Second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Andreeva. Townsend forehand goes long. And it's 15-love. All right, serve again. $15-love. As the return goes into the backhand of Andreeva, off the tape and in. Townsend gets there with a slice. She comes to the net. Lob goes up by Andreeva, and Townsend can't get back for the volley. And it's 30-love. Good volley. Smart. Sorry, a good lob from Townsend. That was a smart lob. Always want to lob to the backhand, high backhand side. It's very hard to hit one of these high, good volleys up high on the backhand. And Andreeva has a lot of experience playing doubles, so she can hit those shots. She serves an ace, 40-love. $40-love. And then she holds. And Andreeva 5-4. I tell you, Andreeva looks rock solid, stoic. She is not emoting at all. Not even positive emotions. She is keeping it all together, which is very good. She is keeping everything so... She's very quiet. But that's a good thing. You know, you don't want to get the crowd on your on your back. All right. 5-4. Match of the day tomorrow. Probably Probably Swiatek Kalinskaya. That's why it's on at 7 p.m. That's the match. Or Bublik Paul might be match of the day. I don't know. Depends how Paul pulls up after that tough match the other night. Rebecca Novotny's not tomorrow. All right. Here we go. Townsend's going to serve to stay in the set. All right. All right, 5-4. As Townsend serves. As the return goes in from Andreeva to the forehand of Townsend. Andreeva backhand. Into the forehand of Townsend on the stretch. And that's in the net. 15. Love 15. Love 15. As with a forehand on the stretch from Andreeva, but it goes out. 15-all. 15-all. As Andreeva in the net, it's 30-15. 30-15. All right, see you later, Dutchie. All right, 30-15. As Townsend serves again. Into the back of Andreeva. Return goes in the forehand of Townsend. She hits it wide. 30-all. 30-all. By the way, Fritz and Kim, have they broken each other at all, or is it no breaks? No break points? What do you mean? That's crazy. That's a serve bot match if I've ever seen one. What a wild score. They haven't even no break points. The answer is yes. 30-all. No, not even a break point. 30-all. As the serve goes in the backhand of Andreeva, backhand out from Townsend. As Andreeva backhand in the nets. Oh, and the first sign of anger. Andreeva slaps herself in the leg. Chat, what did I say? The first sign of frustration. By the way, very fast set. 33 minutes, nearly 10 games. Love it. But that's the first sign of aggression. She smacked herself pretty hard in the leg, too. That would have hurt. 40-30. Backhand return into the volley of Townsend. Great serve volley. Lob goes up. Townsend smash. 5-5. Oh, and she's smacking herself in the leg again. Either the leg's a problem or she's pissed off. Or both. Andreeva is not happy. 5-5. She is not happy. And she is showing Townsend, the crowd, and us that she is not happy. It's not that deep. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. She just did something, You're right. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. It means nothing. That means nothing. Forget I said it. 5-5. As the return goes in the forehand of Andreeva, Townsend backhand. Down the line, slice goes out by Andreeva and it's love 15. Everything was fine. until it wasn't. Love 15. As Townsend. So Andreeva serves a fault. Second serve. Double fault. Where's that guy? What'd you say? It's not that deep? It means nothing, does it? It's not that deep? No? Look what's going on. Look what is happening. Love 30. You think there's a coincidence between her hitting herself in the leg and now she's down love 30? There are no coincidences. There's nothing. Everything is connected. Where's my hat? As we hit a forehand goes long, it's love 40. Where's my hat? Where's my... Love 40. And the crowd love this. They're like, yes, hit yourself in the leg and get broken. Serve. And this come out of nowhere. This is nowhere. She was fine until she wasn't. Now the crowd's getting loud and Andreeva's crowd's getting rowdy. This is the worst thing. We're having flashbacks to the Roland Garros. This is the worst thing that could have happened. And a fault. And you bet some people drank some more beers and said, woo. Second serve. Into the back end of Townsend. Good attack. Townsend comes in with a volley. Up goes a lob. Townsend smash. Andreeva gets it back. Townsend comes back to the net. Forehand from Andreeva down the line is wide, and that is a break. Huh? All right. Townsend breaks. She's going to serve for the set. Literally out of nowhere. 30 all. Townsend wins the point. Smack in the leg. She holds serve. More hitting in the leg. And then love 40 gets broken. 30 all. She got to 30 all. She was 2 points away from shutting this crowd up. And now the crowd are louder than ever. Chat, what did I say at the start of the match? 6-5. Townsend's going to serve for it. She was this close. This close to taking the set, Andreeva. And she knows it in her mind. It's the French Open all over again. Madness. 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 All right. Townsend's going to serve for this set. Now, I wonder if Andreeva's hitting herself in the leg. Now, let's overanalyze it because we can. Because it is that deep. We can talk about it. Is she hitting herself in the leg because her legs are sore? Like, has she got is her leg, is she cramping or something, right? And she's trying to just be she's pissed off that her legs aren't working. Or is she frustrated because she feels like she's not moving well or she's not running? Or is she annoyed at herself? And her legs are not doing what she needs them to do. By the way, for the 15 love, for the entire, up until 5-4, Andreeva didn't show any. I literally said the change of ends before that game. Andreeva looks like a statue. She looks stoic. She looks like she's made of stone. She has not made any emotions. She was looking so cool until she wasn't. 30 love. As Townsend gets attacked by a bug. 30 love. Man, and this is going to get even more annoying if she goes down a set. 30 love. She wasn't playing that bad. The reaction didn't warrant what she was doing. Andreeva was fine. Nothing bad was going on. She just didn't win the point at 30 all, and then that set her off. And now look what's going on. Actually, about to lose the set. Return goes into the back and Townsend. Into the forward of Andreeva. Townsend with a forehand cross court. Andreeva gets it back. Townsend forehand down the line goes long. 30-15. And chat, you don't think Townsend knows this? Come on. Townsend is, unlike what Penko said, she is very smart. She's very educated. She knows exactly what this situation is. For those who don't know, Taylor Townsend wasn't one of those young superstars that got, wild cards and all these, got a handout. She had to work for everything. She's one of those players that had to grind and grind to get a chance to play in these sort of matches. She didn't get, all the wild cards, and she didn't get the opportunities. And I'm not saying the people that didn't deserve them, but she had to go the long way around. She had to play the qualies. She had to go through the challenges. She wasn't getting any handouts, any help. And now she's got the first set. Does she? Yep. 7-5. Whoop, hello. 7-5. She wins a set. And Andreeva's going to go to the bathroom. Wise move. Man. Stop, Cam, please. What do you mean, Greg? What are you talking about? Stop. Stop what? Stop telling everybody what's going on? All right. Damn. That came out, literally the last, 10 minutes of that set, everything went wrong. It all went wrong. Everything was fine. And then the house caught fire. I don't know what happened. It was fine, and then it wasn't. By the way, it was a good last 5 minutes for Townsend, but it was a terrible last 5 minutes for Andreeva. She completely dropped it. She was up 5-4, 30 all, and then she lost 7-5. That was a drop. She let that totally slip. Out of nowhere. She would look fine until she wasn't. Obviously, she was bubbling up inside, and she was trying to not let her. But then that point, she was like, and that was it. How about those Rockies, Andy? They better have won. Otherwise, I don't want to hear no shit talk. What's going on? We're down. Don't hang on. Don't you come in here. We don't talk about the Rockies when they win. What happens now if Andreeva regains momentum at some point? So here's the thing, right? Let's talk about the French Open, because this is what undid her there, right? Andreeva Boisson, playing a French woman in France, it's always going to be a nightmare, just like playing an American in New York. First set, Andreeva was good. Gets to the tiebreak, has set points, loses 7-6. The crowd go wild. They're dancing. They're going crazy. Boisson's having a great time. And then the second set, Boisson pretty much ran away with it. I don't remember Andreeva being up in the second. I'm pretty sure it was an early break from what I can remember. And Boisson sort of cruised into a second set. So I thought up until 5-4, Andreeva was learning from that experience, that negative experience, right? She was keeping her cool. She wasn't reacting. She was doing fine. And then she wasn't. So now, okay, we let that set go. Now she has to avoid a repeat and let everything just fall, right? She's got to somehow regain some momentum. She's got to somehow get the crowd quiet again. Obviously, the French crowd were a lot louder. This crowd's not as crazy as that French crowd was. That crowd was insane. But now the thing for Andreeva is, can she remember that and go, okay, what did I do in the second set wrong that I don't want to do now? And the one thing is, don't get more emotional. Don't let that, dictate this set, because all of a sudden Townsend's going to win 6-2, right? So now the start of this second set is really important for Andreeva. See if she's regained composure. See if she can keep her emotions. And more importantly, can she hold serve and win games and get in lead, right? Boisson was 0-3 down and then won 6 games. Okay. Well, there you go. I can't remember. I can't remember that second set. I remember, obviously, Boisson won it because I saw the score. And we watched it and we saw Andreeva struggle. But I can't remember if Boisson was up or down in that, early in that second. As Andreeva hits a white. Because I tell you, chat, The easy thing now would be Andreeva to just go, well, here we go again, and just completely let everything fall, and then Townsend wins, right? And just be like, put it down to another like bad, moment. She really just played one, like she just got frustrated about one situation. And it sucks if she does lose this in straights again in a similar way. I mean, now she's got 2 examples of Grand Slams that, now she's done Love 30. She's going to look back at the French Open and the US Open and go, yeah, I shouldn't have just completely thrown everything out when I lost that first set. Her emotions got the better of her. That's why she lost the first set. Can you please just commentate on every point? Love 30. There's a bit of lead on the second serve. Love 40. Townsend to get the break. Love 40. Townsend looks so focused, by the way. Serving to the backhand, Townsend. Backhand now from Andreeva. Townsend goes in the net. 15-40. 15-40. 15-40. Announcers talk too much during play. I can talk about goosebumps instead if you want. That would be really annoying for everybody. Like I'm talking right now and the point's going on. Andreeva hits a forehand winner down the line. As we get a backhand now to the backhand of Townsend. Townsend in that 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. Still break point. By the way, I haven't even drank half my tea. All right. 30-40. Return goes out and Andreeva gets the deuce. These games are so important for Andreeva. All right. As we default second serve. Second serve. As a return from Townsend to the back of Andreeva. Townsend with a slice. She comes to the net. Andreeva passing shot winner. And it's advantage Andreeva. Looks like Andreeva's sort of composed herself a bit. But you just don't know what's going on behind the facade. She might be playing it cool. As return goes in the backhand of Townsend. Townsend hits it out and Andreeva 1-love in the second. Your stream title says it's play-by-play. Please stick to that. Thanks. It says Watchalong. So I don't know what you're talking about. Can you really tell me what to do? The hell? Fritz up 2-1. Nice. All right. Chat, if I had to just call every single point and not interact with the chat or not talk about the context, I would stream very little. It would be a nightmare. It'd be so boring. For everybody. For you, for me, for the world. For Mia. Love 15. Townsend shanks it. All right. Love 15. As a default second serve. Serve again. As a return goes in the back into Townsend. Into the forehand of Andreeva. And Andreeva makes Townsend hit in the net. It's love 30. Love 30. Oh, Kim got injured? Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Hopefully it's not serious. All right. Andreeva backhand. But no, that goes out by Townsend. All right, love 40. Andreeva with a chance to break. Love 40. Love 40. To take the break early in the second. Yeah, this is RG all over again. What the fuck is this? It's crazy. If she goes up 3-love and then loses 6-3, I'm going to lose. Anyways, there's the break. Andreeva, 2-love in the second. Shoulder injury for Kim? Okay. All right. Well, hopefully he can play on. All right. Andreeva's got the lead. Let's see if she's able to turn this match around. As Townsend wins the first point here, love 15. If she goes 3-love and she goes down 6-3, I'll lose my mind. Yeah. Is that background noise your dog? Yes. She is asleep. Townsend with a slice. Volley from Andreeva is good. But Townsend with a passing shot winner. Love 30. One break is not enough. Love 30. Nice passing shot from Townsend. Great pickup. As a return goes in, backhand from Andreeva. Townsend with a pass again, but this one's in the net. That is 15-30. 15-30. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. As a return goes back in of Townsend. And she hits it wide. That's 30-all. Townsend went to a chair. Did she? I didn't see her. I was looking away. All right, 30-all. Probably to get a new racket or something. 30-all. Double fault, and you know the crowd go wild. You knew that. Love, 30-40. 30-40. As we had a forehand now from Townsend. And Andreeva in the net. We're back on serve. Okay. 2-1 Andreeva. All right, 2-1. Okay. Kim looks like he's done. Nah, that sucks. He's had a pretty good run, though. All right. Townsend back on serve. How are we doing, chat? Are we alive? We well? We still here? Is everything still going? Raducanu is going for Sabalenka, and Osaka is going for Swiatek. Okay. All right. As a return, goes into the forehand of Townsend. Andreeva forehand at the back of Townsend. Andreeva forehand again. That goes out by Townsend, and it's love 15. All right, love 15. Love 15. As Townsend slice into the forehand of Andreeva, and Townsend puts away the smash. 15-0. 15-0. I've got Pegula over Sabalenka in the final. Really interesting. 15-0. As the return goes to the backhand of Townsend, down the line of the backhand of Andreeva. And then Townsend puts a volley away. 30-15. 30-15. Too much play-by-play. We need more whiteboard and commentary. Do you want me to tell you about a Danish at the bakery? Or do you want me to, I have an iPod. Look, check this out. Look at this. How cool is it? I put a new cover on it. All right, 40-15. Nice volley from Townsend. As Townsend comes in, puts away the bounce smash. All right. 2-0 in the second. 2-2. All right, 2-2. Epic iPod? I thought so. All right, back to Andreeva. This is an important game. It's 2-0. As that goes the net for Andreeva. It's love 15. Love 15. As we serve from Andreeva. Into the back of Townsend. Good return. Andreeva puts up a lob. Townsend with a smash. Andreeva can't get it. Love 30. Oh, God. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. Serving to the forehand of Townsend. Return goes into the backhand of Andreeva. Townsend again to the backhand of Andreeva. Into the backhand of Townsend. Andreeva with a slice in the nets. Love 40. Love 40. Break points. Love 40. Let on the second serve. Let on the second serve. By the way, chat, the fourth eviction in the Big Brother house is happening right now. And it's back return because the backhand of Andreeva and Townsend hits it long, 15-40. Eviction number 4 is happening in the 2004 Season 4 marathon that's going on the Big Brother Australia YouTube channel. Just saying. Just if anybody was wondering. Eviction, it's eviction day. 15-40. We had a fault. Second serve. I think Terry's going to leave the house, personally, but you never know. It could be Al. Or Paul. Paul also is very... He got... people don't like him, apparently. 15-40. You weren't wondering? Well, now you should. That goes in the net, 30-40. People don't like Paul. The Australian public don't like Paul. I don't know why. It's weird. The lines are now closed, by the way, so you can stop voting. 10 years ago. 20 years ago. Shit. Still break point, 30-40. Shut up, chat. Focus. As the return goes into the backhand of Andreeva. And she hits it in the net. 3-2. 3-2. Townsend with a break and the lead now in the second set. It's happening again. This is the French Open all over again. It's happening again. Not again. All right. Cool. Your vote will not count, but you may still be charged. That's it. Okay. Djokovic is motivated when angry. Yeah, he looked like that today. It was good to see. It's been so long since we've seen him fire up, and today was the day. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Townsend, setting a break. She was down a break, but now is back in the lead. And Andreeva's not having a good time at the change of end. She is looking distressed, which is a shame. You don't want to see that. You hate to see that. Look, Chad, if she does go on to lose, at the end of the year, when everything stops and they have time to settle, I think Andreeva and the coaches will look back at this match and will look back at Roland Garros and they'll go, okay, obviously there's some similarities and we got to figure out what they are. We got to figure out why they're happening. We got to figure out how not to have them happen or how to avoid them now, or how to deal with things when they happen like that. Now, she's 18 years old. She's a kid. She's still got plenty of time to get sorted, right? She doesn't have to figure this out tomorrow. But it's still something, obviously, that in 2 matches this year, and if she does win this match, then, and she's starting to get real pissed off at herself again. She's slapping herself again. She's throwing her arms up. She's got and she has had this in the past. This is not like a new thing where why is Andreeva now looking like, why she gets so frustrated by crowds? Against Keys last year at Wimbledon, she had the similar problem, I think, at the end of the set. Was it last year or the year before? Might have been last year. Where she was a chance of, she could have won that match, but she got to the end and she just started to fall apart. Now, the crowd wasn't a factor that day. And she's clearly upset here, which is fair enough. But, look, something to work on. Something to work on. As that goes out by Townsend, 30-15. Because other than that, Andreeva is a great player. We've seen how good she was during the start of the year. February, March, she was amazing. That's how good she can be. Consistency is obviously going to get better, but also maturity and emotions are going to get better, right? Because right now she's completely losing control. And she's about to lose 4 games in a row, 40-15. And the thing is, you're not going to get any sympathy from this crowd, unfortunately. If you're going to get upset, it's not going to make it... no one's going to give you anything in this crowd. This crowd are not going for you. Unlike Gauff the other day, who got upset by not serving well, the crowd were on her side, so they were going to always give her support when she was upset. If you're upset here, they're not going to give you anything. They don't feel sorry for you. As Townsend hits a winner, she's playing amazing, by the way. 4-3-2. She won 4 games in a row. And Townsend is 2 games away from going back-to-back against big names and make the 4th round. Yeah, look, it's part of the process. She'll learn. It's a tough lesson to learn. It sucks, but she'll learn. Some people love to play in these kind of atmospheres and do really well, right? And thrive in this adversity and hostility. But some players don't. Not every player is the same, right? But the players that don't like this atmosphere need to figure out how to navigate it or how to make it work for them. They don't have to get angry by this crowd, but they need to figure out, okay, well, what can I control? Because she can't control when the crowd's going to make noise, right? She can't control that. She can control how she reacts to the noise. She can control how, if things don't go her way, again, it was really the turning point of this match was 30 or 5-4 where she lost that point and then started to hit herself in the leg. If she doesn't do that, Townsend doesn't know what's going on. Because I tell you, Andreeva for the first 9 games was so good. And I said it before she then 30 seconds later exploded. She looked so good because she was so calm. She was so composed. And when you're like that, your opponent's guessing how you feel. Now, she might have been bubbling up from the start, right? She might have been, before she even walked out, she might have been like burning inside, right? But if you don't show your opponent that, then, as Andreeva hits it wide again, left 40, if you show your opponent that, don't show them that, then Townsend doesn't know what's going on with you. She might look at you and go, you're fine? Okay. But as soon as you explode, and as soon as you hit your leg, or the guy dancing in the stands, he loves it. That guy dancing? What the hell? You can't dance in the coach's box? Come on now. That's just crazy. Love 40. That guy just doing a dance. The hell? Anyways, 4-1 from Andreeva into the front of Townsend as Andreeva backhand. To the slice of Townsend, Andreeva comes in. Puts it away. 15-40. But like the second that she exploded, Townsend knew that, oh, I got you. And Townsend's too experienced and too smart not to notice that, right? That's the big issue. Maybe you could get away with doing that and being, and exploding against some players who don't take notes, but Townsend's too smart for that. She's going to look at that and go, gotcha. And then she's going to go on and do this, right? She's too experienced not to. 30-40, Andreeva trying to survive. Why is he doing that? I don't know. He's just having fun. All right, serve is a fault. And the crowd go woo. You knew that was coming. Second serve. Second serve, the backhand of Townsend. Oh, Townsend to the net. That was a free point. That was a free point. Deuce. Deuce. Serve again. is a fault. Second serve. As the backhand return goes out by Townsend. Okay. Now, Chad, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to answer because I've been talking too much. What are some ways that Andreeva could improve? Like, what would you tell Andreeva in this situation? How would you help her get through this in the future? Maybe not in this match, but in the future, when she has this, when she's going to play against somebody from that country that could and play in a hostile environment, and she might be knowing that's going to happen, right? We knew this was going to happen when we saw it when we saw the draw. We knew that Townsend was going to get this crowd, and we knew that Andreeva was going to get affected, possibly. What would you suggest? How would you think? How should she go about it next time? Tell her to get good. All right, so you get fired as a coach because that's very basic. Get good. You're fired. Like, come on. Stop hitting yourself in the leg. I mean, yes, that's definitely part of it. Double fault advantage Townsend. Meditation. Cover her ears. Okay. I feel like we're not getting any serious answers, but that's okay. Block the noise. Okay. Pretend they're cheering for you. That's a good one. Try and trick yourself mentally. Play some mental tricks on yourself. That could work. By the way, massive scream when that went in the net. Jesus, that guy needs to sit down. Backhand return from Townsend to the backhand of Andreeva. Townsend forehand slice. Andreeva slice backhand. Into the backhand of Townsend. Into the forehand of Andreeva. Townsend with a forehand slice. Andreeva forehand goes into the backhand of Townsend. Passing shot is too good, and there's the double break. And Taylor Townsend is going to serve for the match. All right. Okay. Mirra should change her character and her name. See, look, we gonna have any serious answers. I asked you because I didn't want to say it. I can give you the answer, but I was just hoping that you'd be able to, help. I'll tell you one thing Andreeva could do. She could come out here angry, and not like angry at herself, but like if she's going to be angry, project it at the crowd. But maybe she doesn't want to make it worse. But some people go into this crowd and fight the crowd and be like, huh? What? Medvedev, right? Medvedev did it this year. It didn't work. But when look at him, right? Medvedev walks out and goes, oh, I'm sorry. You don't like my shots? What's going on? Maybe she could talk to him and be like, hey, how do I deal with these kind of crowds? And he might be like, because remember in Paris, Medvedev's a bit of a weird case because sometimes he loses matches like in Paris when because of the crowds. But maybe ask somebody like that, like, how do you attack the crowds in this situation? Or is it better to ignore the crowd and try and like just stay in a bubble and like try and like Buksha did against Eala the other night or the other day? Because you're not going to win the crowd. They're not going to go for you. And there's no chance they're going to even give you even if you hit the greatest shot of all time, they're not going to cheer for you. You can't win them over. It's a losing. You walk out there, you're not winning. No one's going for you. Your box is going for you. That's it. And maybe 3 people who are like scattered around the crowd. Townsend, 15 love. 15 love. Don't attack the crowd, attack the ball. I think you just got to get real, like you just got to get in a bubble. Like you just got to like really like, I don't know, just got to really like not even like just not listen. Like get real quiet. And not like, don't even look up. Just look down the whole time. Just stay in that like focus. That you got to like intense focus. Maybe. Buksha did a great job the other day against Eala. I know Eala didn't have it wasn't an American crowd, but there was a lot of people still cheering against, or not for Buksha, right? Against for Eala. 15-30. And we saw Townsend, how she didn't deal with that very well. You know. All right, 15:30. As Townsend serves. Into the back of Andreeva. Townsend backhand. Andreeva puts up a lob. Townsend with a bounce smash. That was a high lob. Good smash. 30-all. 30-all. 2 points away. Thanks, Clive. $30-all. As we return now from Andreeva. Townsend backhand to the front of Andreeva. Andreeva hits it out. Match point, Townsend. 40-30. Man, this crowd is going crazy. By the way, very quick match. Just over an hour and 15, hour and 16. And chat, this is a repeat of what happened in Roland Garros. So now there's 2 instances that Andreeva can now learn from going forward, because there's twice it's happened now. It wasn't just a fluke in France. It wasn't just like, oh, well, it was the French crowd. It's happened tonight too. The exact same thing happened. So now she has 2 times. It's not just a one-time thing. I was just not having a good day. No, this is a problem. As we had a backhand slice return, that goes wide, and Townsend wins. Townsend wins. She wins 6 games in a row to take the set 6-2, and she knocks out Mirra Andreeva. And Andreeva very quick to get off the court. Fair enough. She wants out of there. I would too. I mean, Jesus. That crowd is crazy. And Townsend? What's the celebration? She is just like... Love this. But Townsend, by the way, Andreeva off the court. She's off. She's out of there. Get her the hell out of there. Okay. Man. Townsend into the 4th round. She continues her run. Azza.
Get an early break and don't give the crowd anything to cheer about.
She did that in the first set, didn't she? She was like, she was doing so well at that in the first set until 5-4, 30-all. She had a half chance. She missed it. She got angry, and then everything unraveled. Even when she was up 2-love, we saw what happened in France. It didn't feel like she was winning. And the crowd weren't quiet because they were still cheering from the first set. So, yeah, it's again, 2 instances now where Andreeva has gone into a hostile environment against a player that's, got 100% of the crowd. She's been in the first set, right? First set, 7-6 in Paris, 7-5 today. And she's just let it go at the end of that set and then unable to recover in the second. It was too much. Again, hard lessons to learn, but now that it's happened twice, she can't really use the excuse to it. I'm guessing if the coaches are like, we got to figure it out. And she's like, no, it will never happen again. It was a one-time thing. Now it's happened twice. So it's like, okay. And obviously she's 18, so she's going to get, she's going to mature, right? It's fine. But those two Grand Slam losses now that have potentially stopped her from making semis, right? Which she could have made the semifinals here if she had won. It was on the cards. It was possible. Now she has 2 examples of that. And it's the same thing, almost the exact same thing, right? She let herself down in the first set. It got the crowd to cheer, and she then couldn't recover. And I think at the end of the year, it's probably better to assess it at the end of the year and go, okay, what do we do in those? Because now they can look at like both side by side and go, okay, see how you did it here and here? Next time, third time you're in that position, this is what we do instead. That's, that is going to be hopefully something that she can learn from. Because she played so well when everything's going right. But when everything's going wrong, she's got to figure out how to try win those kind of matches or try and turn it around. And she will. She will. She's only 18. She'll get better. But I'll tell you, if I'm playing at home against Andreeva, there's also 2 matches that I can look at and go, oh, that's how I'm going to try and beat her. Oh, she gets angry if it's 5-all and the crowd are loud. I'm going to egg the crowd on. I'm going to make them loud. So if I'm like, let's say I'm Maya Joint and I'm playing in Australia, right? And I'm playing Mirra Andreeva. I'm looking at how Taylor Townsend played her. I'm looking at how Boison played her. And I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to get the crowd to go crazy. I'm going to try and get in her head. I'm going to let, there's obviously 2 examples now for everybody else. So it goes both ways, right? Because you're going to eventually run into somebody who's playing at home. Like it's very, especially Americans, right? You're going to play an American in America eventually. Now she did play an American this week, but she was kicking ass in the first set, and it was also on an outside court. Totally different to night session, Friday night. Like I said, chat, what I said the other day, right? I said it's going to be tough for Andreeva because it's going to be the second match after Djokovic. If he plays a long match, a few beers down, the crowd's going to be rowdy. They're going to be noisy. Townsend coming off the Ostapenko drama. Everyone's going to be on Townsend, going crazy for her, pumping her up. She's going to pump the crowd up. We know that. How's Andreeva going to deal with that? And we found out she couldn't deal with that. So, yeah. So we'll see. She will get better, though, Andreeva. She will learn from this. And plus, also the person she's playing, Townsend knows all this. She's smart. She's not, she's not going to look at this match and go, oh yeah, how lucky was I that happened? No, she knew this could happen, and she knows that what she was doing, and she's Townsend played a smart match for that. Now Townsend plays Krejcikova. Huh? One of them is making the quarterfinals. Who would have thought that? Townsend, Krejcikova, winner plays Pegula or Lee. Okay, that's the lineup. That's the lineup. Who is Townsend playing next? She's playing Barbora Krejcikova. Big 4 Barbara. Hopefully, well, depends on if she rocks up as Big 4. So this is what tennis is turning into. What do you mean? Turning into what? How do you mean? What is it turning into? I don't understand. Tennis has always been like this. Hostile environments. It's never been like, oh, I went to France and everybody was nice when I played against the French person. Like, that's never been the case. It's always been, oh, I went to Argentina and everyone booed me. Like, that's always been a thing. Oh, I went to America and everybody cheered for the person that I was playing who was from America. Like, that's totally normal. That happens. It's been happening since the start of the sport. Lost like a sore loser, handshake and storm off to me, Andreeva. Nah, look, I don't think Andreeva was a sore loser the way she like, come on. What do you expect? What, Andreeva's going to be like, congratulations, you beat me, and I played really badly at the wrong times. Oh, let's hug. Like, of course she's not going to do that. Come on. Like, what do you mean? You got to, like, just feel a little bit of empathy towards Andreeva having to deal with that situation. There's no drama here. There was just a professional handshake, and Andreeva just wanted to get off the court because she was clearly emotional and didn't want to be out in that environment. Who can blame her? Not a bad loser, just wanted to get the hell out of there. Thank you for the match. See ya. Like, come on. What do you expect? What, her to give her a round of applause and flowers? Like, I don't understand what you want from Andreeva. Three days ago, Cam, you already said that you doubted Andreeva could handle the crowd. I mean, yeah, because we watched what happened at Roland Garros, and it was understandable that Andreeva did that. Yeah, I mean, anyone who's like, oh, Andreeva was a sore loser is, come on now, it's crazy. Now, if Andreeva goes to the press conferences, and says, and says that she was, talks about how like the crowd was really rude or whatever, then okay. If she makes excuses for it, but I don't think Andreeva's going to be like that. I think Andreeva's going to be in the press conference, going to be professional and do a and say the right thing, or just say like, hey, look, I need to figure this out. I don't think Andreeva's going to go there and be like, well, if the crowd weren't so loud, I would have won. Like, I don't think she's going to do that. Because then you can't control the crowd. It must be scary and demoralizing to have thousands of people rooting against you, rooting for you to fail. But yeah, I mean, but again, it depends on who you're playing. Like, it depends on who you are. Some people like that. Some people don't care about that. They go to those matches and they're like, all right, I've got this. That's why Leighton's my favorite player of all time. He loved that shit. When I'm playing Andy Roddick at the US Open, let's go. Like, he loved it. Send me to Argentina. I'll play him. Like, he loved it. I'll go to France. Like, he loved it. But not everyone's like that. Some people don't like it. Some people want the support, or at least want the respect. People feel like it's disrespectful that the crowd's not giving them a little bit of support. But I mean, that's the thing. It's you're playing in a there's a home ground advantage for a reason. Yeah, Leighton beat Sampras here in the final in 2001. I absolutely love players who lean into being a villain, especially with the crowd. Yeah, I mean, I loved when Djokovic. I loved it when Djokovic was like going like this to the crowd in the UK in Wimbledon when he started winning. I loved it. I love that. That stuff is so good. Will Krejcikova beat Townsend? They just played doubles against each other a couple of days ago, so that was interesting. I'm going to say no. I reckon Townsend keeps winning, but it's going to be a hell of a match. It's going to be two doubles number ones playing each other, or former number one and current number one. It's kind of fun. Since when fans have etiquette? I mean, what do you want from them? Like, they're going to root for their okay. So what? Okay, let's talk about the crowd for a second. Let's break it down a little bit. Right? Tennis is becoming more and more of an event for everybody. It's not an exclusive gatekeeping thing that it used to be. Like, oh, tennis fans only, and you have to be like this if you're going to walk in. No. Tennis is now, like, the only way this sport's going to grow is if we invite new people in. But though some people are going to come in, right? And they're going to act a different way to what we or tennis fans act like, right? They're coming from different sports that have that are loud and that do cheer in different ways, right? Like at the NBA or the basketball or the college football or anything like that, there's no quietness. They're talking the whole time, right? So there's and the only way the sport's going to grow is if those people, come into the sport and come and watch. Otherwise, what? We're going to shut the doors to anybody who doesn't like. You got to answer 10 questions, and if you can't answer all those questions, you're not allowed to watch tennis. That's not fair. That's stupid. Come on. So there's obviously going to be people that come into the tennis that don't act the same way as regular tennis fans, but they shouldn't be excluded. It should be the players who adapt. Heckling and abuse, that should be kicked out. But when players are going to cheer double faults and they don't realize, or people are going to cheer double faults and they don't realize that's not really like a tennis thing. But again, it's like the players need to deal with that. The players need to accept that. Some people are not going to know that, but my player won a point. Why do I have to? People in basketball, right? When they miss a free throw, they cheer for like crazy. Or when the penalties are missed and everyone goes crazy. When someone misses something, it's a crazy thing, right? But in tennis, when we miss shots or when the players miss shots, we don't clap that. But people coming from other sports don't know that, so they're going to do whatever they want. That's okay. That's okay as long as it's not like, as long as it's not like distracting the players or booing or getting angry, aggressive and stuff. But if that's going to happen, and we might not like it. If you don't like it, it's fine. But it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It's going to happen. The players need to adapt to that. That's the only way. Otherwise, the sport's not going to grow because new fans aren't going to come to the sport because there's a way of being a fan. Like you have to pass a test. Like just let people cheer who they want to cheer, and it's okay. But the players have to know that when they're playing against someone in New York, an American in New York, that's going to happen. So they've got to figure it out because the crowds aren't going to change. What? Umpire's going to say, okay, before we start this match, there'll be no cheering double faults and there'll be respect from both ways. What, are you going to tell the crowd that? What? 30,000 people are going to agree? No. Not on a Friday night at 11 o'clock at night after like 4 beers. Like, no way. People aren't going to listen to the umpire. All right, umpire. Yeah. Oh, I won't cheer double faults. All right. Yeah. I won't do that. Sure. Like, come on now. What are you expecting too much? I like cheering a winner a lot more than an error. Of course. That's totally fair. And I'm the same. When someone hits a ball in the net, I'm not going, yes, that was in the net, unless an Australian's playing, and then I'm a little biased. But, yeah. Don't garbage up the sport. So are we going to see fighting in the stands next? Well, no, there's obviously going to be a line. Come on now, don't be silly. But we don't have to gatekeep. Well, the crowds have to be the way that we have, like, there have to be a tennis. Like, what do you mean? Why do we gatekeep? Let the crowds, like, the players know. And look, Andreeva's new to the, she's only 18. She's just, a couple of seasons in. She will know when I go to this place and I play this from someone from that country, right? I play this person from this country in that place. I know what to expect now. Whereas maybe at the start of the year, she didn't know that if I play a French woman in France, I'm going to have to deal with some crazy shit or this, right? Everybody, like, we know, right? If you go to France and you play someone from France, it's going to be a tough day, right? That's normal. We know that. It's not like it's, oh my God, I haven't seen this before. It happens every single time. So why are we now like, oh, well, now it's a problem? Well, it shouldn't be, because we've seen it. It's happened for decades. It's happened for the whole time. It's the player's responsibility to figure out how to deal with that shit, because the crowds aren't going to change. There's no rule on being a fan, right? Yeah, there are laws that you can't break, like fighting people, but there's no like tennis fan rule book that everyone has to obey. Crazy. Come on. You're expecting too much if you think that. Why are fans so polite at Wimbledon versus other countries? I mean, every country has polite fans. I mean, even at the start of this match, they weren't cheering double faults at the start until it became obvious that it was working. It was a distraction, like it was working as like a distraction tactic almost, right? It was working against Andreeva, Fans are not always polite at Wimbledon. Yeah, I mean, depends on which court you play on. It depends on, who you're watching. If it's someone who's going to egg on the crowd. Like, if you play Sinner in Italy, he's not going to fire up the crowd as much as if you play Sonego in Italy, right? It's still going to be tough, but it's not going to be as tough. If you play... sorry. It is going to be very tough to play Sinner, wherever he is. But, it's not going to be as tough. You're not going to have the same reaction from the crowd because Sinner's not going to pump them up as much as if you're going to play, Sonego in Italy, right? Because he's someone who thrives on the crowd. Fritz got match point? Nice. But hey, Andreeva will learn from this. It's happened twice this year for 2 different slams. She'll learn. She'll get better. The crowds won't change. Why is it a problem now? What's a problem? It's a problem because Yelena pointed out the crowd. People are nuts. No, it's not because Yelena pointed out. People think it's a problem. It's been a problem forever, but it's not a problem. It is what it is. It's tennis. It's sports. It's sports. It happens. You play a local at home. Of course, it's going to happen. Fritz wins. He got a little lucky, I think, because Kim maybe was hurt, but he gets it. Gets it done. So Chad L got kicked out. I thought it was going to be Terry. That sucks. You should go to a major baseball league game. Yeah, I'll tell you this. If you do find like, 10 tennis crowds, like some crowds like this, you don't like these kind of crowds, and you're like, oh, why do we have this? Why are we bringing other people like this into tennis who are like not from tennis backgrounds, and they do this, they're so aggressive, and they do this. Go to another sport. Go to a football game. Go to a basketball game. Go to another sports game and hear what their crowds are like. And I think that might give you a bit more perspective that, oh, that's why, and maybe a bit more understanding, I'm not saying it as in like, you guys, need to get smart or whatever. Like, I get it. Some of you might have been to those and still think this is like unacceptable. But if you haven't been to like go to a football game where you're watching the local, even if it's a local team, play at home, and you hear the difference between that and when the other team does something. Just because then that way you can go, oh, okay. Because it happens every sport. The home player, the home team is going to get the support, and the person who's coming into that environment is going to have to deal with it. It's not new. Fritz versus Mahatch, that's going to be fire. Unless Mahatch, his body falls apart, but that's been fire. That has been fire. Taylor's engaged in another match. Both Taylors are into another match. What's a bigger upset, Palini losing or Andreeva losing? To be honest, I'm not surprised either of them lost. But I think a lot of people will be more shocked that Andreeva lost. Because I think Vondrousova at a slam, everybody know, like you lose to a slam champion, it's a little less, a Grand Slam singles champion. It's a little less like, she lost to Vondi, the Wimbledon champion. Townsend, again, to be honest, I don't think either of them are a big surprise. But I would say more people would be shocked about Andreeva losing, I think. Vondi is formidable. Yeah. I look forward to Bublik Paul tomorrow. Whoa, the crowd's going to be wild for that too. And Bublik's going to be fun. We might have to watch that. If tomorrow night session is not as good, if Swiatek wins easily, we might watch that as well. I haven't decided yet, but we might watch that as well. That could be fun. Kudryakova is 33-10 against lefties. Ooh, okay. Why do we see more upsets on the women's side than the men's side? It's got nothing to do with that, Mr. Joker, but you had to take it there, didn't you? It's got to do with the length of the matches, because in best of 5, the top players are better at those matches, which you can see by their results. Overall, best of 3, there's way more upsets. Go watch the Men Player 1000 tournament and look at how many upsets happen. Best of 3 is way easier to cause upsets. Have the ladies play best of 5? Who knows who would have, if there's certain players that would thrive in that environment and others would struggle. But on the men's side, it is, best of 5 is harder for upsets to the top players, as we see, because there's more tennis you got to play, more tennis you got to win. At least that's one reason. There's probably 100 reasons, but that's one reason. Do you have Rafa's Aussie Open winning shirt? No. Do you? Send it to me. Send it to the PO box if you have it. All right, Chad, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to eat my lunch, which I was unable to eat before the stream because I wasn't able to eat before the stream. Yeah, it's a big reason. I mean, that's a big reason the best of 5 versus best of 3 is a reason we have more upsets on the women's side. I mean, again, you can just go look at a 1,000 tournament on the men's side and look at how many upsets we have there in best of 3. I mean, Djokovic, Sinner and Alcaraz don't lose too much in best of 3 this year, but again, there's way more upsets in best of 3 than best of 5. And that's probably the major reason. This was a long day. Yeah, it's been a big day. Big day. And tomorrow's going to be a long day too. So, yeah. Great work today. It was delightful, fun, informative all around. I'm glad. I'm glad that that you enjoyed. Enjoy the lunch? I will. All right, I'm out of here. Baby step.
You're extremely passionate. Smiling face with 3 hearts.
Hey, thank you for the 5. Appreciate that. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Townsend wins. Andreeva's out. Another upset. 2 upsets today. Pellini and Andreeva both going down, and we watched both of them. So we got a little bit lucky with the upsets today. Usually, we don't always get the upsets or watch the upsets. But we got it. 7-5-6-2. Andreeva, she's out. Townsend, she's through. I'll see you tomorrow. Day 7. We're almost halfway. What? Okay.